Yeah, we started with lots of very small ones. Oh, Genoa making some interesting plays here. Looks like Florence is about to fall. And they too have jumped on the opportunity to fight Savoy with Burgundy doing the heavy lifting. Nice.
Ooh, the Ottomans have a looming peasants' war disaster.
Oh dear.
Their manpower is less than they need their manpower to be 50%, and they are a long way away. They are a long way away from that.
How do they have so little manpower? They didn't do any wars.
So yeah, they did get +5 national unrest, which would be a lot of rebels.
Oh, and a whole bunch of events from nasty events on the Peasants' War.
Yeah.
Okay, well, it looks like it's going to be a great time to be at war with the Ottomans coming up pretty soon. So, I mean, we'll see. Did Majorca always have Malta, or is that a new acquisition for them? Because that's a pretty nice little outpost for. Ooh, whoops. Sorry, I've turned on my auto clicker. The Malta is it's a handy outpost. Can I see the province history? Okay.
All right.
They took it. Pretty recently. They took it just a couple of years ago. So that's good. That's going to help them move east against Tunisia, perhaps. But
okay, I can now see the propaganda channel on the server. So I can tell you, I can tell the stream that the Lord Admiral of Desmond wants to proclaim that the Lubecan aggression on rightfully Desmondian lands on British islands, given by God himself, is unacceptable and should be denounced by the whole Christian world.
Okay.
The Lord Admiral expresses hope that the Grand Syndic of Lubeck will come to senses and return his land to rightful owners.
It sounds like Desmond should declare war on Lubeck immediately, because Lubeck has 3,000 men, and they don't own any of their core provinces. Declare on Lubeck. They're only because if they recover this war, it's only going to get better for them. Oh, blue flames, Genoa. Is this the big one? Okay,
Yes.
Lakia versus Ragusa. Ragusa has Austria on side. Wallachia has Hungary. Salzburg, interesting. Salzburg and the Three Leagues weighing in on the side of Ragusa.
So Wallachia has declared war. Wallachia is at war with Poland, along with Albania, and then there's also the war with Ragusa.
Oh my god! So is that Ragusa declared, right?
Oh god, that's a massive alliance.
They did. Ragusa declared.
They outnumber them like almost 3 to 1.
Oh my god! There's 112,000 of them.
Yeah.
Holy heck.
But the Wallachians. Wait, hang on. What's going on? I'm confused.
The Wallachians are fighting Poland.
And they're fighting this 100k coalition.
Yeah.
Oh, they're boned.
Oh my lord!
Possibly.
And note that their Albanian allies did not join.
Really? They joined.
It's not looking good for the Wallachians there. Because what are they actually after here? Oh, sorry. Okay. My apologies. Hungary is the war leader here. It's actually a war targeting Croatia, and Wallachia has come in as Hungary's ally. So it's not about stab in the back by Albania. I apologize. I don't want to badmouth them by mistake. Yeah, the war leader is Hungary.
It's a Ragusan conquest of Rijeka, which is province owned by Croatia.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So they're not able to call it Albania, but Albania, I mean, it looks like Wallachia is just content to let this war lose then. But the thing is, are the players on the other side going to try and press something home here? Is Ragusa going to, go after sieging down Constantinople or something and then trying to steal that vassal away from them? Because they certainly could. Obviously not going to be able to take much land off Wallachia directly, but they could certainly force them to release cores. They could try and seize Constantinople.
At the moment, all of Wallachia's troops are in Lithuania. Fighting that war currently. So it may well be that there's just some kind of understanding that they're not going to attack Wallachia directly. They're just going to take the land that Ragusa is after in Croatia, and
they're maneuvering their sieges nicely. They're getting control of all of this stuff. Actually, Austria doesn't even have special interest on any of Hungary. Okay, so they're going to easily get control of it. But we'll see. This is going to be. It's definitely a fulcrum moment here. And here's the Knights' War. Have they gone against the Ottomans? No, the Knights are actually in the war against Poland, interestingly. Okay. They just calling you in there. Oh, and a peace deal. The Knights refusing a peace deal from Ragusa there. Interesting. I didn't quite get to see what it was. But that's interesting. That's interesting. Does Lakia have a peace offer pending? No, no. I wonder what that was. Probably like, you know, give up Crete or something. Just looking for that way in. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm sorry I missed that one for you, chat. I'll try and grab it next time. But all right. The blue flames of war are burning, and the Serbs are looking like they might get some land back in this war. I'm not going to try and say it, but the the place north of Smederevo is potentially going to flip back for them, but we'll see. We'll see.
The AI is being very cooperative here for the player, because Austria is enthusiastically sieging all of this land.
Absolutely. Ah, Lakia has a peace deal pending, apparently. Not just right now, they don't, sadly. These can't be stab hitting yet, but
they should. Okay,
the Knights.
They should be like. I mean, Poland's already at low war enthusiasm. And then, I mean, their war against the players is at 0%. From their perspective.
Right, right.
Albania is now in the war.
Oh yes, against the. Oh God, they are. Albania. That seems like a. Oh, hang on. How has this happened? How are they not at war with Austria? Oh, they declared something.
Oh, they've declared their own separate war to circumvent the Austria alliance.
Ragusa declared a separate war against Albania. Ragusa has declared a second conflict in amongst here.
Okay, I'm so confused now. There's so many wars going on, and they all involve the same. They all involve the same nation. So Poland's now pushed out with Wallachia. So Wallachia's now just fighting Ragusa and reconquest of Zeta or Zeta, and then you've got Austria is in a war against Hungary. So Ragusa's has declared.
How is Austria not at war with Wallachia anymore?
No.
They must have accepted a separate peace, but then accepted the call. They must have accepted a separate peace, but then also accepted the call from.
Wallachia have peaced out.
But now they're in the other war.
Yeah, but Austria wouldn't join that war.
Right, but the other war is ongoing, but it's just against Hungary now. Okay, okay.
Yeah, so it's
still not an advantageous conflict here for Albania. This looks like peace deal. It's a white peace, a white peace offer to Wallachia. Here is the chance. If Wallachia wants to just walk away, don't want to get involved in this, this would make it a stomp. Right now, it's a war. If Wallachia pieces out, it's a steamroll. There's no way they can. There's no way Albania can win this on their own. They've got their mountains. They're sitting down there in the south, but I mean, it's decision time.
And with that Serbian march, if Ragusa wins this war, they can carve Albania apart.
Oh, okay. Here we go. And we wait with bated breath. They're still in the war so far. They've hired mercenaries. They're not piecing out. They're going for it. This is a war, ladies and gentlemen. They are not just going to make it into a stomp. Fantastic stuff. Okay, it's time to fight in the mountains. Look at this. They've got the highlands here. They've got mountains. They've got a mountain fort. They've got a mountain fort. They've got lots of opportunities to make sure they can make this a serious conflict. The Genoans, of course, coming in here to support. The Ragusans don't have a huge number of men on their own. It's a shame, of course, for Ragusa that their massive Austrian advantage is not really going to be able to be deployed to full effect here. Do they have how are the generals looking? We've got a 5 shock for Albania. We've got a 4 shock for Georgia. We've got another 4 shock for Ragusa and a 4 shock for Wallachia. Tech level wise, we are looking at 6, 6, 6, 5. Wallachia just a little bit behind some of the others, but that is that's interesting. That's interesting.
So yeah, I mean, on the war, we're looking at 63k infantry versus 60,000, and they're basically level on cavalry. So it's really close on troop counts.
Yeah.
It's a curious war because basically they haven't got Austria, which is their big advantage.
That massive Habsburgian hammer is.
I imagine that it was just that Austria wouldn't join. So it's. I mean, I'm assuming that maybe they declared the war because they're hoping to take advantage of other stuff that was going on.
Yes, it looks
but
like
now it's sort of simplified down to just this war, and it's really close on numbers.
Chat is making a good point. The Tech 6-7 is a massive disadvantage. Sorry, Tech 5-6 is a massive disadvantage because it's a 33% tactics increase. I'm just noticing here, pretty critical tactical error by Ragusa. They made the war goal Zeta. Zeta is
mountain fort.
Mountain fort when they could have made it, Kolbara. However you'd say this, sorry, or Raski or something.
Kolubara?
Yeah, in the north, much easier to take. That is a problem, but they do still have slight numbers advantage, and they're more concentrated. Lakia, yes, they're in the war. Their men currently not standing on the front line. They're hanging back a little. They'd have time to reinforce, but it's not looking perfect in terms of. Okay, here they come. And looking down here, yeah, right now, the numbers on the front, they're pretty even. But this is before Salzburg's arrived, because Salzburg is wrapping up a conflict up here. Actually, it's going to be a little while. Salzburg kind of needs to get their butt down here to the Balkans. This is where the action is at right now. But we'll see.
The difficulty Albania has got, he's got the advantage that it's defensive. He's defending the wall goal is a mountain fort, so he's ticking up all the time. But he doesn't have the same coordination with his allies. Only Wallachia really. Yeah. Byzantium is walking around the Balkans right now.
Yeah.
Doing his own thing. And everyone knows playing with AI how hard it can be to get your AI allies to do what you want.
They do have them locked on supportive right now, so they are coming to merge in with the troops, it looks like. Oh, they're moving in. That's aggressive. That's interesting.
Georgia are in this war. I've just noticed.
Oh, really?
On the Albanian side.
Okay.
They're not in yet. Their 11 troops are in Circassia right now, but they are in the war, and they could potentially go and reinforce the defending side.
You feel like Mallorca might want to join, but if they do, obviously Novara crush in there, so we'll see. I've just noticed, by the way, Albania has claims on all Ottoman European territories. That's a nice mission. Okay, yeah, so Georgia, I suppose, yes, I mean, Georgia had lost their eastern holdings to Hungary, or they're occupied by Hungary. The blockades have shown up. Constantinople is giving a significant little bump of war score there. But we can, I'm just saying, all of these is the ones that they stand to lose potentially. But do you know this, by the way, chat? If you shift click, you can select multiple provinces in a U4. I never knew this. It doesn't do anything, but it's fun.
Just the 4,000 hours in the game, and you didn't know it.
4?
Try what? 5, 6?
5.5. Still never knew this. I know, it's fun. Yeah, Florrie, you didn't know this either. Florrie, you played this game for like 20,000 hours or something. Yeah, it's useful for saying like in the PCL we're gonna take, I think, this bit, things like that. So I knew every day. Exactly.
Literally nobody knew.
Are those Georgian troops in Wallachia? I don't think so. Oh, or maybe?
Yes.
Yes, they have landed in Wallachia.
12,000 Georgian troops coming to help.
Can you open it? Yeah, sorry, I should keep the war stats open. Here, I'll put it over this side of the screen so we can keep an eye on things here. But it's all coming down to this.
Yeah, so the war as a whole, we're looking at, so it's 11,000 troops more for the Albanian side total.
Yeah.
And they have a navy advantage as well. Ragusa has the navy advantage. Mm-hmm. Not that it has a huge bearing on this war.
Salzburg has arrived. That's true. Thank you for pointing that out, chat. All right. Well, just in time, because here's Georgia. Look at that. The two tardy allies showing up at just the same time, so that the numbers don't get too swayed one way or the other. Look at this freaking trench warfare stuff we've got kicking off over here, and we've only got 10 minutes before the break. I want to see conflict. Give me the blood. We need to see the the decision.
Real World War I hours in 1470 right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, it's Granada. Castilian. Okay, so because there's a Castile war against Granada. So AI Castile has pulled Brittany into a war with Granada
and Morocco. Nice. Okay.
Finally, in 1470. I wonder. No, the Castile's going to take these, and then there's still a war going on between France and Britain, which France is winning, and there's no war in Ireland yet. They have annexed Offaly. Offaly? So what they're called, isn't it?
Yeah.
So now Desmond controls most of Ireland directly.
Lubeck's still not pulling things back quite yet, but they're getting there. Oh no, now war score wise, they're up loads. So yeah, they've recovered.
69% positive for them. Extremely nice, and the war's ended. Lubeck's taken land. They ended up taking Stralsund and Volgast and Rügen.
But I invite you to cast your eyes east for a moment here. Novgorod has blobbed. Look at that. And they have calls on all of Muscovy now.
Oh dear.
Now they're in a partition war. Them and the Teutons smacking Poland, Lithuania around and cruising down through here. But I have to keep eyes down here on Ragusa, because this is where the winner of this session is being decided right now. Tech-wise, we're looking pretty similar around here. We got 6, 6, 6, 6. But okay, interesting. Albania actually, they had a bunch of okay. I think Albania rolled generals to get this. Oh no, they didn't really, because they got no professionalism. So I don't know what happened to their. They almost had enough to buy up to Tech 7 a second ago, but did they grab some ideas? They grabbed 2 defensive ideas. Okay, giving them that 15% morale of armies. You know how to do it. Okay, cool. All right, and we are shortly to be joined by the Ragusan players, so we'll get their perspective on this war. And
yes, we have a break coming up in about 5 minutes or so, and we'll be talking to some of the nations to get their take on this pretty intense conflict going on now. Ragusa have got themselves into.
No. And to answer your question, chat, yes, it is a EU4 blanket that Paradox was nice enough to send me. So I'm a big fan, I have to say. It's a good one. Keeping me warm while I cast.
It's actually it's very soft. Oh, Hungary's making a comeback.
Really?
He's sent Austria packing.
Oh, he has. What? They're all so busy besieging down,
he's
just
got
sitting
a
down in
3-4 leader, and he's just slapped the Austrian army, and he's unsieging pest. Oh, they peace out. They peace.
There's the peace. Yeah. So they went pretty simple peace deal. Just grabbed 3 provinces off them, and
in Croatia, yes.
Yeah. Keeping it simple there. Keeping it simple. Nothing fancy, but yeah. Okay. Well, each side just sitting in the mountains, spending money on troops. This war, the only people winning this are the medieval arms dealers. People just sitting in mountains, buying up troops, and taking loans.
I assume this is the pause of the break.
So zooming out a bit here, the winners of this session are pretty clear. Georgia managed to do a little bit of expansion. Medina also managing to expand, but obviously Team 17 cruising their way. Oh, and Ryazan is independent. Okay. So we have a comeback from Team 7, managing to retain their independence. But let's have a quick vote in chat. Just spam the name of the team, and you can do it by name of country or name of team that you think won this one. I think I have to come down on Team Novgorod on that one. They've done great work. The Knights, of course, holding off significantly greater numbers, but you got to say that's a Novgorod banger right there. And here, okay, a little bit of consolidation. Albanian troops heading north. Where are they going? Is it a trick? Are they trying to lure them in? Or are they just trying to sweep around here and go for an attack on Bosnia? We shall see. Or are they going to Salzburg? What are you up to? Albania, what is the plan here? Cologne is quietly making some nice progress, Father Loris. You're not wrong. Lubeck doing quite well. Well, they have now, yeah, but it was kind of slow. But and the foothold over here is going to bring them to conflict with Desmond. Desmond's done pretty well as well. Holland quietly going along. Brittany, no real action, no expansion in this session. But Navarra obviously grabbing that PU. You have to respect it. But
Meath exists. That's a nice color of blue. They are a independent nation now.
And here we go. The teams are swapping sides. They've decided they're bored of their trenches. They're going to go and check out the trenches over on the other side. And so the siege of Zeta has begun. They look like the plan here is to just try and siege race. It's obviously mountainous forts in the south, which do have better defensiveness.
Yeah,
but
they got to try and siege Zeta down and try and basically protect that province from having the battle fort in it. If they can fight Albania like further north here. Albania's now positioned its troops the other side of it. I mean, I'm not. Is that? I mean, then that's kind of doesn't seem to have been the best idea because now they can't protect Zeta.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. 4,000 in Hum seems bold. Does Albania have the 50% defense in the region? They have the defensive edict for the 33%, if that's what you mean. Yeah, they have got that up. So it's 53 ticks on here, which is pretty crazy.
I think looking at it now, I like Ragusa's position more than Albania's because they've got this fort siege going on. Yep. The Albanians are going to have to try and prevent that fort from falling, but they're not
going to be able to. I don't see how the Albanians do it. Yeah,
they've got so many troops between them and the objective, and once Zeta falls, well, then the whole dynamic flips, and now they've got to try and take a mountain fort. And good luck with the troops. There's less troops? Must be less troops. Looks like it's less troops.
And now they're sending the men down to fight the mountain fort, but not all of them. So all Genoa has to do is pull back and crush the remaining guys back in Spoleto.
I wouldn't
have got the Hum mountain fort
just yet.
They've abandoned the siege. They've moved out of Zeta, but they're not going for them in Bosnia.
Battle, surely.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. They're pressing in Bosnia. Nope, not willing to fight in hills.
They're really uncertain. They really don't want to risk losing their whole army. I mean,
no one willing to take a fight with even a 2 penalty. Okay, there's the Stiletto Fight, which is grasslands. It's the most straight up fight you can have. They're not quite committing the men, but there's the pause. Okay, they've called off the fight, but there we go. This is going to be decisive. It's going to be decisive. And because they got in there on that Spoleto siege, it really looks like Albania is holding strong here. I think they could have won the Zeta siege.
Let's hear it from the horse's mouth and see if we can get Ragusa in to have a chat with us about what's been going on in their game.
Yes, please. That would be great.
Hello and welcome back. And we're joined by Ragusa. Say hello, Ragusa.
Oh, it's good to be back.
How are things going on down there in the Balkans?
It's been a mess, honestly. We kind of started on a bad foot with some battles not going the way we wanted, and suddenly Albania owning everything. And we're currently fighting back.
Yeah.
Which also isn't going quite as intended. It was supposed to be more like a steamroll and not a stalemate.
I'd like to hear what punishment you have decided for the diplomat that decided you should make the war goal the mountain forts rather than the unfought provinces in the north.
See, I would love to issue a punishment, but it was me who issued it.
Oh no!
Oh no!
So I got nobody else to blame, except for the bad chancellors. It's always the bad chancellors.
Yes,
of course. So talk to us about the road to victory. How do you see yourself putting this out?
Basically, either we find a miraculous force somewhere, which I haven't heard of yet, or we can outwit them. If we somehow do get to siege down a province while they are biting off their teeth on our coastal forts, maybe that's a way to win. Maybe we can also settle for a small victory because we did get some land in Croatia, which we did right before this, which was supposed to be the master plan, but nothing ever works exactly the way you want.
No plans to have contact with the enemy. And it seems like, yes, you managed to marshal a force of 110,000 men in 1470. So it's all else aside, it's impressive.
We're surprised they have as much forces as we do.
Yeah. A parting message. What would you want to say to the chat?
Next time I'll be back with victorious news of the great empire of Dalmatia.
Excellent. Ooh. Okay. Well, I look forward to hearing it, and good luck to you.
Yeah, thank you. See you then.
Go well, Ragusa. Hello, welcome back. And we're joined by the mighty nation of Ryazan. Hello, guys.
Hello, the mighty, once again, free nation of Ryazan.
Of course,
Hello, greetings.
yes. Newly independent. I think I'm beginning to understand now that I see you why this is a fan favorite.
Well, we've worked hard for the audience appreciation, and we love all our fans out there. So know that the horse is with you.
Absolutely. So talk to me about how that independence came about. I think there were rumors of foreign interference.
We're a little bit uncertain as to how the independence has come about ourselves. We were working with a number of different factors. We had a number of different schemes on the go, and we're not quite sure which one of them has worked. Possibly the Novgorodians were just intimidated by our brilliance and decided that the only correct decision was to free us.
Who can blame them, really? That makes sense. So what? Now you're free. You know, you're independent. You can make your own choices. What's the plan?
Well, yeah, a lot of the choices that we're going to have to make now will have to come back to diplomacy again. A lot of people were confused when we said that our team diplomat was a horse, but I think he's done a pretty good job so far. Go on, boy.
No! We'll come back to diplomacy and the bangs.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what the prince here is our strategic leader. What do you see in future for us?
Bankruptcy?
Oh yes, I can see that. Okay. Oh, holy Christ!
But I push
Yes.
south,
Okay.
for sure. To the steppes where our natural realm lies.
13 ducats from over the force limit.
Oh dear, that's quite something.
That's spicy.
Force limit is just a number.
It's just a number.
It is just a number.
But it's a number that affects another number, which is the balance sheet. And this is this. But
We have no need for ducats on the open plain.
okay, fair enough. We'll see how that goes. And but tell me, is there ill will between you and Novgorod after the whole subjugation thing, or is there a kind of rapprochement of relations there?
No.
I mean, we haven't spoken to them recently. Things I think last time we spoke to them were a little bit touchy. There may have been some people may have said some unkind things on the propaganda channel. I don't know who that was. We're investigating. We're going to try and find out who that was and clean them out of the team. We don't appreciate that kind of bad manners at all. But we're hoping for a more productive relationship going forwards.
Okay, good to know. And if you had to leave the chat with one message, I suspect I know what it might be, but what would that be?
No.
I
What's the
love
question?
when I'm right. All right, well, it's excellent to see you as always. Looking forward to catching up later when you decide, you know, the path that your newly independent nation can take. Looking forward to it.
Great to talk to you. Farewell. Greetings from the steppe. Na zdrowie.
So we are straight back into the game here, unpaused once again. And yes, Desmond having no trouble sending the French fleet packing. But let's get eyes back over here on Albania. Whoa, the frontline situation is becoming, let's say, complex. This is becoming increasingly tense here. The Stiletto siege did go to Albania, but they've since been forced out of it, and they're now suffering quite a bit of attrition up here in the mountains of Hum. But the war goal, the war score is still very much, of course, in Albania's favor. They're holding on to that Zetan fort, which is making things very, very challenging. That really is going to be a fundamental misstep that's going to have a big impact on this, it seems like.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I mean, the siege up in the north is also going to help. The fact they've managed to take that off them. We're up to 30% war score now. It's tough. It's going to be... talk to me, Adaway. You're Ragusa. What do you do in this situation?
I mean, I think you I don't know, because they've got... They're sieging up their coastal fort now, which is fine. You've got to try and get Zeta.
Oh, there's the fight.
So they're going into the attack.
Okay, well, it's grasslands. It's a fair fight. We've had these push and pull over all of this.
Lord.
We've got a tactics advantage for Genoa.
They're committing.
We've got a morale advantage on the
Big rolls for
Albanian
the
side.
Genoese. Oh, it's a 0 versus a 1.
Big commitments here. It's looking fairly
Albania's got more
close.
morale.
Albania has the reinforcements. Georgia holding off on committing, just making sure that they have their men hitting their maximum potential when they're on the front line. Here comes another 16,000 for Genoa. It's going to be really close. Check these rolls. Check these rolls.
The Genoese have rolled
1-3.
better so far.
Oh no! They brought in a crossing penalty. When they came in from Hum, they gave the Genoese a free crossing penalty.
They're
That
still rolling
is going to
well,
break
though.
it. No, that
Might
crossing penalty has just clinched it. It looks like. Man, that was close, but
Ooh.
there they go. I'm sorry, it's peace turn time.
So
It's peace
Ragusa
turn
have
time.
lost. I think it probably is, yeah.
I mean, and we can take a look. What is that going to look like? And this was a critical moment where, this was an existential war for Albania.
Yeah, it's a really pivotal war because if
Oh
Ragusa
my
was
goodness,
one
wait.
stack wipe,
No, not
Oh,
quite
good
to begin
lord.
with, but that was so close.
their morale is so low.
It could still happen though, because they have no forts, so they can just be chased up, down, left and right across the country, and there's nothing they can do about it.
Current morale 0.08 for the Genoese.
Yep.
Oh, good lord.
There they go. Sent in two directions. Oh no, they're retreating to Ragusa. Is that it?
There's already troops there. They'll be stack wiped.
I think that's it. Boom! Boom! Oh
dear.
no.
Oh dear.
Improve our prestige agenda completed. 50 war score, and that is the
I
death
don't think
knell.
Ragusa will be coming back to us with victorious news, unfortunately.
Sadly,
I think that's terminal. I mean, it's 8,000 infantry versus 35 infantry now.
They have the aggressive expansion cap to basically full annex Ragusa. And that's, I mean, to be honest, I'm sorry, Ragusa. It's what I do.
Yeah, because then the Balkans
in
is
the chat.
basically Albania's.
That is a massive victory for Albania. Who will stop the rising Albanian giant? It's
Yeah, they're in a great position. If they can now just remove Ragusa from the board, I mean, who's going to stop them locally? There's no other players in the region. I mean, Genoa is the closest, and they're on the other side of Italy, and they've got blend into. If they remain allied to Wallachia, there's no.
Yeah.
They've got a lot of AI land to carve up.
Yeah. It's I mean, that's decisive. That's decisive. And of course, once Ragusa is no longer there, there's no real reason to maintain hostile relations with Genoa. You can just split Venice one, Genoa the other, and it's all good.
Split down the trade nodes, and you can both have your own trade node, and then basically Albania can look to go and monopolize Constantinople, and then ultimately try and get to Alexandria, and have a really dominant position in the east.
And with those Greek lands already in Moria, there's potential competition with Wallachia, because obviously Constantinople and Moria are competing for that.
I think that's the key decision for Albania, is that
do they stick
now do they remain allies with Wallachia, or do they decide that they need to remove them from the area as well? Because I mean, Ragusa, if they do the peace deal right now, should be done. There's either full annex or reduced to a small state that they're never going to be a threat.
Let's zoom out here and take a little bit of a recap of what's happened during our session, because there's been quite a few things that we've had our eyes, laser focused on. But let's not forget the nations that quietly expanded. We had Madeira, Georgia, Strasbourg, Cologne, Salzburg, 3 leagues, Magdeburg, all just kind of slowly expanding, little bits of land. And, they're the ones that are going to come up. They're going to be the dark horses. Brittany started this campaign really well, came out of the gate swinging, took out England, took out Provence, did some really good expansion. This session, nothing. I'm imagining they're developing, I'm imagining they're building up at home, but no great expansions there. Now, the Lions in the east, Novgorod and the Teutonic Order, absolutely kicking it out of the park this session. Look at that Teutonic expansion. They've got vast new holdings.
Poland is looking pretty sad right now. I mean, that's got to be a lot of overextension, right?
Well, they're doing a lot of it through a subject, but let's take a look here. They're only 36 overextension. Yeah, most of it's Galicia, however I'm saying this, Volhynia. But
and they are coring basically all of this. Yeah. They're taking a bit of Hungarian land here, on the Carpathians. So they've got a route into the south there if they want it.
Grabbing that iron mine, gold mines nearby.
attacked by a German coalition. Yeah, a very strong position for the Teutons.
In the north, of course, Novgorod doing great stuff, blobbing out, and Ryazan, the wonderful horse nation, has expanded a little bit. We'll see where it goes from here.
Yeah, literally no troops on the Ragusan side now. Yeah. 0.
Yeah, oh my god. So the Genoans have, the Genoans have pieced out.
It's pretty incredible that whole war was really level, and it turned on essentially one battle.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, well, that is all we have time for today. See you tomorrow, where I look forward to bringing you more of the spicy action that we'll have around Europe. For now, it's the man, the myth, the legend. We've got Flurry coming up after this short break.
A lot of stuff just happened.
Yeah. Big player war here.